Yeah, good morning, students. I hope you are all doing well. And one point we noticed from any section, no one is asking doubts. Clear? Please follow the classes. If you have a doubt, ask the questions. Not especially all the sections S1, S2, and S1, S2, S3, and S4. Clear? Take it serious. Okay? Yesterday class, we have completed solenoid, magnetic field due to solenoid. Solenoid is, this is a solenoid of length L. Along its axis passes through the solenoid. The field is B is equal to mu naught N I, where I is the current flowing through the coil. Clear? Next, we will see the toroid. Next discussion is toroid. Toroid is nothing but it is a hollow ring. Toroid is nothing but hollow ring. Over the ring, we will have a turns. Current carrying conductor wound on the circular ring, or sometimes we can say the solenoid which is bent into circular shape to close itself. Clear? This is a solenoid. If you make it to circle, see, this is the straight. If you join these two, how it will become? It will become like this. End-to-end connected solenoid. If you bend, it will come into circular shape, and if you join the two ends, then it will form the toroid. Clear? End-to-end connected solenoid. Clear? The solenoids bend into a circular shape to connect their ends. So that we call it as a toroid, or you can say a circular ring, or the ring current carrying conductor wounded. That we call it as a toroid. Now the magnetic field developed due to toroid, we will see how to calculate this. Again we will follow same formula, that is Ampere's circuital law. Now this is the center of the toroid. Clear? Now if you see the line which passes through these coils, circular coils, this we take it as radius of the toroid R. Radius of the toroid R. Now this is carrying a current I. To find the magnetic field, I'll follow the Ampere circuital law. To apply the Ampere circuital law, I take 3 loops. One is inside, another one is through the coils, one loop, and another one is outside the toroid. Clear? So for inner loop, take its radius R1, and this line, the loop which is passing through the coils, radius I consider as a R, and outer loop, this radius I am taking as capital R. Clear? First I am substituting Ampere formula for this inner loop. Integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. This is a general formula. Clear? Now inner loop. Inner loop, what is the current enclosed by this loop? What is the current enclosed by this loop? Is 0. The current enclosed by this loop is 0. Clear? So B dot dl, integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught into 0, because in the inner loop, current I is equal to 0. I mean, the current enclosed by the loop is 0. Clear? So this answer is, then there is no field in this loop. Clear? And one more thing, in consideration, this number of turns, whatever may be there in the solenoid or toroid. Already toroid we bent into, so solenoid we bent into circular shape. Clear? So I am taking total number of turns, capital N. Clear? Now, next I am taking loop which is passes through the coils. Next loop passing through center of loops or coils. Coil in the sense this is one circular coil. Clear? Now this I can write integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. See here, this loop is passing through the center of the coils. Clear? Now this I am drawing here cross sectional view. If we cut this, clear how it appears? This is inner loop and this is loop passing through the coils. See, if you imagine a coil like this, what does it mean? If current, here I am writing only one, I am drawing one loop here like this. If current moving like this, this is outside and moves in, again coming out from this loop, through this loop, I mean this half portion is outside, remaining portion is there inner loop, right? Understand? So through this inner loop, from all the coils, current is coming out. Current is coming out. So how many currents are coming out? Number of coils. We have n number of coils are there. Through this n number of coils, current is coming out. So the total current covered, I mean enclosed by the loop, we can write here I is equal to capital N into I. Clear? This is I, here I is what? Total current or net current. Total current. Don't confuse I and I. Or you take it this as I naught. This I naught is equal to N into I. Now this is integral B dot dl. Now this is B integral dl is equal to mu naught N I. Now B integral dl means this small loop we made into small section as dl. If we integrate this dl, what do we get? The total length of this loop. Total length of this loop means it is nothing but circumference of the loop. What is the radius of this loop? Is r. Then this is 2 pi r is equal to mu naught N I. Then B is equal to mu naught N I by 2 pi r into I. Clear? This we can write. B is equal to mu naught I N by 2 pi r. Clear? This term you concentrate. See, we take a total number of turns n. What did we consider? Small n. Small n we consider as number of turns per unit length. This we can write n by l. So n is equal to, small n is equal to capital N by, what is n here? This length of the loop. What we consider? Ampere loop. Then this is 2 pi r. So n by 2 pi r is what? Number of turns per unit length. Then this formula will be mu naught n I. Again, same solenoid magnetic field and toroid magnetic field. This is what loops where we calculated inside the coils. Already coils went into circular shape. Then inside the loop, the magnetic field. Now we will find finally. This is first case, inner loop. Next loop is passing through the center of the coils. Next loop is what? Third loop. This is outside. Then you consider first case, second case, and now third case. Third case is what? Outside the coil, outside the toroid. Clear? This loop I am taking now. Clear? Now integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I naught. Okay, to avoid this I and I naught, both cases here, to avoid the confusion I am taking I naught. Clear? I naught is what? Net current passing through the loop. Now in the same figure, now I am taking this loop. See, the loop passes through the coil which covers the coming out of the coils, and this is again moving into this loop covers. See, you imagine this only situation, you just concentrate here. This is here, this current coming out and moving in, coming out, moving in. This is current magnitude I, this current magnitude I. One is going up, another one is going in. What is the net current? 0. So the outer loop, the which we constructed outside the toroid, that loop having net current 0, because one portion, one coil, some portion is coming out, some portion is moving in same current. Then current is in different directions. One portion it is clockwise and another portion is anti-clockwise. Nothing but one is coming out, another one is moving in. What is the total current? Total current is 0. Then integral B dot dl is equal to 0. So inner loop there is no magnetic field and outer there is no magnetic field. In toroid, magnetic field there inside the coil. That magnitude is what? Mu naught n I. Understand? You just remember the formulas. And one more important point. For solenoid, this is passing through the axis. At the center of the solenoid, you follow this formula. Suppose if they ask the field at the ends of the solenoid, this point and this point, here field formula B is equal to mu naught n I by 2. Clear? At the ends, mu naught n I by 2. At the center, mu naught n I. In our textbook problems, we will follow this. Sometimes we do expect questions on this at the ends of the solenoid. Clear? This we do expect in commutative. Clear? Do you understand? Clear? If you not, you watch again. Otherwise, you see the textbook. Clear? Especially this point is very, very important. Clear? Second loop, all currents are coming out. So that's what I taken here. N into I. N from n number of loops current is coming out. So N into I. This is we follow according to Ampere circuital law. Now we will try to solve one problem. Exercise problem 4.9. A solenoid of length 0.5 meter has a radius of 1 centimeter and is made up of 500 turns. It carries a current 5 ampere. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field inside the solenoid? Here, according to question, a solenoid of length 0.5 meter has a radius of 1 centimeter and is made up of 500 turns. It carries a current of 5 ampere. What is the magnitude of magnetic field inside the solenoid? So this is a 4.9 4.9 example problem. Length of the solenoid L is equal to 0.5 meter and radius small r is equal to 1 centimeter, 1 into 10 power minus 2 meter, and number of turns capital N is equal to 500 turns. Clear? Number of turns, if they mention number of turns, you take it capital N. Okay? If the question is number of turns per unit length, then you take it small n. Understand? So read question carefully. Next, current carries a current I is equal to 5 ampere. Be there asked. Then this is solenoid. Magnetic field produced by the solenoid formula is what? D is equal to mu naught N. But what is N? Capital N by L. So this formula will become, I am substituting a small n value as N by L. Clear? I as this now substitute mu naught value 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 capital N 500 by 0.5 into what is the current? 5. This is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 into 500 into 50 by 5. 0.5 you can write 5 by 10. 10 comes up. 5 ones 5 tens. Now this is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 into 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros goes. Then this is minus 4, 5. 4 into 5, 20. Again 1 zero goes. 2 pi into 10 power minus 3. So 2 pi into 10 power minus 3. Substitute pi value. 2 into 3.14 into 10 power minus 3. This is 6.28 into 10 power minus 3 Tesla. Clear? If number of turns used, take capital N. Number of turns per unit length, if they provide, then take small n. Clear? Now we will see the important concept: force between two parallel currents and ampere. So using this derivation, we are going to define ampere. Probably you remember the ampere is a SI unit of current. This you are studying in first PU units and measurements. There you did not understand what is this ampere and definition of the ampere. When you are in first PU you did not understand. Now we will see the definition. The moment I said this definition, we will see in second PU. I hope you are all remember. And now what is this force between two parallel currents or two parallel current carrying conductors? Both are same. Understand? Now here I am drawing these two infinitely long parallel conductors. Clear? Carrying current. Let us say this is first conductor, you take it I1. First conductor current is I1, second conductor current is I2. These two separated by a distance d. Understand? Infinitely long conductors separated by a distance d in a vacuum. Free space. In free space, these two conductors are there. Now, what is happening here? Now, suppose if we consider this conductor only. This is carrying current, of course. This conductor develops the magnetic field according to R square. Now this field direction for this conductor act for this conductor, it is to this conductor, perpendicular to this conductor it acts. So moving in, so this we will take it as a cross. Clear? Now this conductor develops magnetic field. This I can write it as B1. B1 is what? Magnetic field produced by the first conductor near the second conductor. Clear? Now leave this. This is producing magnetic field. Okay. Now here this conductor is carrying current in magnetic field. Understand? Already we have seen current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. What derivation? Force acting on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. So according to the concept, what do we say? This conductor experience force because magnetic field is there and this conductor carrying current. This is nothing but this current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. When a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field that experience force. So this current carrying conductor experience force in this direction. This is F2. F2 means force experienced by the second conductor. This is the first analysis. Now, same concept we will apply for second. Now leave this. Take it second conductor. This second conductor will develop the magnetic field. This magnetic field, I am finding the magnetic field produced by the second conductor at the first conductor. I am finding the direction of magnetic field. That magnetic field produced by the second conductor at first conductor. See, this conductor is there this side. So curl the finger. This is coming out of the board. Means this is coming out of the board. So out of the board means it is dot. So this is B2. B2 means what? Magnetic field produced by the second conductor at near the first conductor. Now this first conductor, the same situation. See, magnetic field is there and this conductor carrying current. So this conductor also experience force like second one. So this will experience force in this direction F1. Then you may have a doubt, sir, how do you decide these directions? Already I said we follow the cross product. See, for this I am giving here magnetic field. Let us say you take three-dimensional axis. Now this is coming out. Coming out means z axis. Actually in the plane we cannot draw. So this is z axis. So field is acting along k direction. K cap. Current moving along with them. This is j cap. And this is x. This is y. This is z. Clear? I am finding this force direction. So what is the force formula? F is equal to BIL. What is force formula? F is equal to BIL sin theta. But in vector form is what? IL cross B. So we need to do cross product current element to the field. What is the current element direction? J. What is the field direction? K. I cross K. Sorry, J cross K is what? I cap. Already I mentioned I. How to decide this? You already studied I, J, K. If you do cross product I to J, we will get K. J to K, we will get I. We are doing J to K. What do we get? I. So this force will act along which direction? X direction. Positive X direction. We got positive I. Understand? Come to this point. Current element direction is not changed, but field direction changed. Here field is coming out. We taken plus K. Here field is moving in. So we will take this as minus K. If you take here minus K, what do you get here? Minus I. Minus I means negative X axis. Negative X axis means this direction. Understand? So based on this concept, I given direction in the beginning explanation. Understand? This you don't need to write in the examination. To understand, I explain. Clear? Now, how to write this answer in the examination, we will see explanation as well as description. Now, first case, what do we take? We will write, let us consider two parallel conductors carries current I1 and I2. They are separated by distance d in a free space. That are common things, description. Now the derivation, come to derivation part. Then how do we write? First concept, the field means here, field means magnetic field. Field produced by first conductor conductor at conductor near the second conductor is B1. Okay, so what is that B1? B1 formula. Magnetic field produced by this straight conductor formula is what? Already yesterday I have given. Magnetic field produced by the infinitely long conductor formula is what? Mu naught I by 2 pi d. This is formula. But according to our situation, what do we get this B1? B1 is equal to, what is that? Mu naught, which conductor developing B1? First conductor. So this current is I1 by, what is the distance between them? T. 2 pi d. First is over. Due to this field and due to this current, the second conductor experience force. How do we write? The force experienced by second conductor is F2. So second conductor, the force experienced by the second conductor is F2. Clear? What is force formula? BIL sin theta. So second conductor is force experienced due to which field? Which field is acting at second conductor? B1. B1. What is the current passing through the second conductor? I2 and L sin theta. Here theta is equal to 90. Reason? This B1 field acting perpendicular. So then theta is 90. This F2 is equal to, what is B1 formula? Mu naught I1 by 2 pi d I2 as it is L sin 90 1. Clear? Understand? Clear? So this F2 by L is L comes this side, mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Consider equation 1. If you follow same description, this I have written for second conductor. If you write for first conductor, how do you write? Say the field produced by second conductor near the first conductor. Near the first conductor is, what is that? B2. B2, how do we write directly? Mu naught I2 by 2 pi d. This we are writing for first conductor. First conductor experience, first conductor which field acting? B2 is acting. So I written B2. Then second statement. What is that? The force experienced by first conductor is, how do we write? F1. F1, which field is acting it for first conductor? B2. Which current is flowing through the first conductor? I1. L as it is sin theta. Again here theta is 90 because this field is acting perpendicular, it is coming out. Then this will be F1 is equal to B2 value substitute. Mu naught I2 I1 L sin 90 1 by 2 pi d. This we can write F1 by L is equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Equation 2. Clear? See, observe equation 1 and 2. This side, this one and this one remains same. So from 1 and 2, both are same. we can write simply F by L is equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. This is the derivation. If they ask force, then make it F subjective, mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d into L. If they ask force per unit length, just L comes this side. That's all. There is no logic involved here. If they ask force, make it F subjective. If they ask L, the force per unit length, make it F by L. Up to here, if you write this, you will get 4 marks. In the question, how do they ask is, write the force between two parallel conductors, define ampere. So this already asked this year final examination. Clear? Then how do we define ampere? Very simple. We will take to define the values. Mu naught already we know 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. If the strength of the current I1 1 ampere, I2 1 ampere by 2 pi, if the separation between is 1 meter, then this will be 2 pi into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. Means I value 1 meter I substituted, I1 value, I2 value I substituted 1 ampere, D I substituted 1 meter, and I calculated what did we get, 2 pi into 10 power minus 7 Newton meter. Don't substitute this value, we need to define. How do we define? The ampere is defined as, or the strength of the current said to be 1 ampere when two parallel conductors separated by 1 meter in vacuum, if they experience force per unit length 2 pi into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter, then the strength of the current said to be 1 ampere. Follow? The ampere said to be, or ampere defined as, when two parallel conductors, infinitely long parallel conductors separated by 1 meter in a vacuum, if they experience force per unit length 2 pi into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter, then the strength of current in conductor is called 1 ampere. Practice is very important for 5 marks with the definition. And one more important point, we do expect important question and also important point. If the currents are in same direction, conductors attract each other. See, two forces acting towards each other. What does it mean? They attract. Currents in same direction. If the current, one of the conductor current is opposite direction, they repel. If the currents in a parallel conductor is same direction, the conductors attract each other. The currents in parallel conductors opposite in direction, then they repel each other. Clear? So don't imagine electrostatic concepts here, like charger repel, unlike chargers attracts. That's not concept here. Here currents direction, if they move in the same direction, they are parallel. If the conductors they are parallel and currents in same direction, they attract. One of the conductor current is reversed, then they repel. Okay? Very important. This we will expect in 1 mark. Already asked. Attraction when it is possible. Currents in same direction. Repulsion, one of the current is reversed in conductor. That's all. Now next another important concept, torque on current loop, magnetic dipole. Clear? Now here we will place a current carrying loop in magnetic field. North and south, these two are strong magnets. They produce magnetic field in this direction. Field always acts from north to south, like this. This is P. Now, this is a rectangular coil or circular coil. It's depend on the practical use. But here we taken a rectangle. This side length is, let's take small a, and this length is, to take it big. Clear? Now this ends is connected to slip rings. This slip ring connected to carbon brushes. Clear? This connected to battery to allow the current flow. As soon as current passing through this, when battery supplies the current, this current passes through the coil like this. When already magnetic field is existed, already we place this in magnetic field. So this current carrying conductor in a magnetic field carries current. Then what happens? This experience force. Clear? This will experience force in this direction upwards. Already I told how to decide the direction. If you use F is equal to IL cross B, and this will depend on the current direction. This is going in this direction. This is coming down, and then what happens? This field act in this direction. See. Clear? And what about this? Through this on this conductor force will act in this direction. Upwards, this will act downwards. Here, let us take this as a loop. Okay? Now, this conductor's field will act up. For this length, for this length force will act up. For this length force will act down. I mean in. If this force on this conductors, this will act up, this will act down. So this upward force, downward force will balance. Clear? Because length of the conductor remains same, length of the current remains same. But conductor the force which is acting on this side conductors, equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So then what happens? This force acting on this frame pull this frame up, this frame move in. Then what happens? It start rotating like this. Understand? Forces acting on these two conductors balance each other. This act up, this down. So net force is 0. This will not develop any torque. But along this conductors, this will act, force will act into board, this is out of the board. Two forces equal in magnitude but acting in different positions. They develop the torque. Clear? That's what I written. This is up and this is down. This is like this. Clear? Now, what is happening now? Torque develop, then it starts rotates. Now we will find the torque experienced by the loop. Clear? So this I will write here. I will make it another figure to understand, to develop the, to derive the torque equation. Clear? And now to understand, this frame I have drawn like this. Okay, this carries current I like this. We connected these two edge brushes, and this length is A and this length is B. Okay, like this. So field is acting, is rotating. Now we take a particular situation. Field is acting like this. This is M. This M is called magnetic moment. What is this magnetic moment? We will see in this description. Now, theta is the angle between magnetic moment and field. Clear? Now, we need to, what is our intention is what? Torque. What is torque formula? Torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance to the axis of rotation. Clear? Already we have a force formula. What is that? F is equal to B. General formula is what? BIL sin theta. This is general formula. But force on which conductor? If you take the arms, let us say A, E, X, Y, Z, and let us say O. The force on XO as XY. The force on XY, how do we write? F is equal to B is same, current I is same, what is the length of this conductor? B. B sin theta. Clear? Now, this field acting perpendicular to the current element, this F is equal to what? B I L, because the theta is equal to 90 degree, because field is acting exactly 90 degree. Understand? Now, F already calculated, BIL. Okay? Now, no need to calculate force these conductors, because this force is balanced by each other, and this conductor force will be remains same, because these two parallel conductors force remains same but direction is different. So F is equal to BIL. Okay? Now this is force, so now torque is equal to BIL. Clear? Now this is what F is equal to BIL. Now if you extend this line, we are calculating about this. So this is what perpendicular distance to this force. Understand? Or to understand this, if you extend this is also be perpendicular distance for this force. Clear? To avoid this, to understand, I will draw like this. Okay? Then you can understand. For this force, this is the perpendicular. Actually, the force acting like this, that's what. Writing this is not possible. So, this is angle theta. This is what? This length. This total length is what? A. We are taking at the center. This length is A by 2. This length is A by 2. This force is what? F is equal to BIL. We require this distance. This is this and these are perpendicular. This and these are perpendicular. This is theta. This will be 90 minus theta. Clear? This is 90 minus theta. This is also 90 minus theta. Now we require this side, adjacent side. This is opposite side. This is hypotenuse. To get adjacent side, what we follow? Cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta is equal to this. If you take it as, let us say, P. What is that? P by A by 2. Clear? Then P is equal to sin t minus cos 90 minus theta. Sin theta into A by 2. Now what we got? Perpendicular distance. Sin theta into A by 2 into sin theta. Then this is A by, here we got L written, this is B actually. This is also B. Now perpendicular distance is what? A by 2 sin theta. This is about torque experienced by this conductor and torque experienced by this conductor. So you add on. This is only for which conductor? This is for only X, Y. Now the total torque. Now tau is equal to R, this you can write X, Y. Total torque is equal to BIL A by 2 sin theta for this conductor, and this conductor will be BIL sin BIL B. We are forgetting BIL B. This is BIL B A by 2 sin theta. This conductor torque and this conductor torque. Then this will be half place of full. This we can write it as B I B A sin theta. Clear? B into A means this into this. Side into side. Side and B into A. What we get? Area. Then tau is equal to B I A sin theta. Now tau is equal to this current into area. We call it as magnetic moment, this one, or magnetic dipole moment. Understand? Small n. So this is the tau. Tau is the torque experienced by the conductor, experienced by the loop, not conductor. Loop in a magnetic field. What is M here? M is equal to I into A. Area into current. A is the area of the loop. I is the current in the loop. This magnetic moment, this always act. Magnetic moment is always act perpendicular to the plane of the coil. Understand? If you take this as a rectangular frame, clear? Now the magnetic moment will act perpendicular to the plane. Clear? Perpendicular to the plane. That's what this M making an angle theta with magnetic field. This theta we will take angle between magnetic field and magnetic moment. Theta is what? Theta, where do we measure? And between magnetic field and magnetic moment. Magnetic moment, where it acts? It acts perpendicular to the plane of the coil. Understand? Clear? So remember this magnetic moment formula I into A. Suppose this I derived for a single coil. If this consists of number of coils, then if number of coils are there, then how do we write? Tau is equal to, this will become B I N A sin theta. Clear? Don't substitute here n. Clear? If n number of terms are there, M will become N A I. Understand? IA is the for single coil. Number of coils are there, then N into AI. Then this formula will become, again remains same. Understand? N number of terms are there. The formula is BINA sin theta. Then magnetic moment formula what? NIA. Magnetic moment we will write. We will use small m. Magnetic moment. This is directly, not magnetic dipole. Magnetic moment. Understand? Clear? Now the unit of magnetic moment is, the m units are, this is area A, not ampere. Understand? A is area. So ampere meter square. Understand? And this we can express in terms of cross product. Tau is equal to m cross B. This is in terms of cross product. M cross B. Again same questions. When the torque is maximum? Theta is 90. Understand? Theta is 90 means magnetic moment and field both are perpendicular. Coil will experience maximum torque. If 0, when it is 0, if theta is 0 means magnetic moment and magnetic field both are in parallel or anti-parallel, 180 degree or 0 degree, then what happens? Torque is 0. Clear? So remember this. These two, magnetic moment is a vector quantity. Magnetic moment, magnetic dipole moment is a vector quantity. We will sometimes call them direct magnetic moment or magnetic dipole moment. Clear? Is a vector quantity. Unit is ampere meter square. Understand? You please read textbook. You will come to know what are these. Why I have taken these figures. Clear? Now come to another example problem. The horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field at a certain place is 3 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. The direction of the field is from geographic south to the geographic north. A very long straight conductor is carrying a steady current 1 ampere. What is the force per unit length on it when it is placed in a horizontal table, and the direction of the current is east to west and south to north? Clear? Now what did they give according to question? Magnetic field is given. Earth magnetic field B is equal to 3 into 10 power minus 5 Tesla. Now the direction of the field is from geographic south to the geographic north. A very long straight conductor carries a current I. I is equal to 1 ampere. Next, what is the force per unit length? F by L, they asked. Clear. When it is placed in the horizontal table, first question is east to west. Second question is south to north. Okay. Now, what is this direction? It is acting geographic south to geographic north. Clear? Let us take this plane. This is north and south, east and west. Right? Geographic, then let us say consider this geographic arm, the direct geographic directions. Field is acting like this, B. First case, where placed east to west, like this. What is the angle? First case, for first case, east to west. What is the force? Force formula, force is equal to BIL sin theta. But what they are asking? Force per unit length. So F by L is equal to, L comes this side. Then BI sin theta. When wire placed in east to west, what is the angle here? Theta is equal to 90 for first situation. Field is in this direction, current element is in this direction. So sin 90, 1. Here theta is equal to 90. What is B value? 3 into 10 power minus 5. What is current value? 1. So 3 into 10 power minus 5 Newton per meter. This is the first case. Clear? Now we got magnitude and they asked the direction. How do we decide direction? Same concept. F is equal to IL cross B. If you take this as x direction, this as y direction, then this will be k direction. Current moves what? IL acting minus I cap. In this direction it is moving. Cross B is acting y direction. So J, I cross J we will get k. But minus is there, minus k. Minus k means plus k is acting upwards. We got minus k, this acts downwards. Answer is downwards. Clear? Next, what did they ask? South to north. Second question, B. B answer. If the conductor placed south to north, field and current element both are in same direction. For B, theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to 0, F is equal to 0. Because sin 0, 0. No matter current moves in the direction of field or current moves opposite direction of the field. Always sin 0, 0, sin 180, 0. So if the current carrying conductor is in the direction of the field, force experienced by the conductor is always 0. Clear?